What's up, everyone? It's Matt Mrozek, aka MVM397, with the first part, work in progress of my first figure commission. So after doing my Daphne's surprise kit, I finished it about a month ago, and after my Stella showed up in Fine Scale Modeler as the opening page for the Wonderfest article from this past summer, I have gotten several requests for figure commissions, and which is kind of interesting because as of the other day, I've only painted 4. The first 2 were my Stella kit, which is the rocket ship girl on the rocket ship. Second is the Daphne Surprise, who's on the stand. She got the little alien looking up at her rear end. And the 2 11 busts I just finished up the other night. So I've already got people asking me to do resin figure commissions, which is flattering since I'm really new to this. But anyway, it's my first one. Now, I'm not real familiar with this anime or this character, but it's the kit's from Volks. And if you've ever had a Volks resin kit, they are probably some of the highest quality Volks or highest quality resin kits available. I've owned 1 or 2 in the past. The casting quality is phenomenal. Anyway, you'll see it in a minute, but it's just really high quality resin. They're not really cheap. This character is Super Sonico, and this is what they call the suntan or the sunburned version. There's many versions, but when I did my research, all the painted versions I've seen of this one is she's got a slight sunburn, hence called the sunburn version. But my client has requested just to kind of keep it a palish skin tone, similar to what you see on the box. So what you're seeing here on the box is the actually finished kit, and the kit is casted in colored resin, but this will get painted. So let's open her up. The box is fairly small. This is a 1/8 scale kit. And a lot of times, see if I have a tape measure, which I usually don't because I'm never prepared. Oh, here it is. So the box itself is about 10 inches by, let's see, sorry, 6.5 inches. Not a big box. I have opened this up to look at it, and it's really nice. So there's the box. Cardboard insert with a picture of Super Sonico, anime version, and the kit, finished kit right here. The instructions are very nice. We'll put the parts to the side here for a second to look at the instructions. I just cleaned up my workbench. Actually, it was a complete wreck after doing the 11 busts. So the instructions are in Japanese, obviously. Doesn't matter because the pictures are done really well. Give you your parts layout here, and they give you a set of decals, which is really nice because I've never painted anime eyes, so I will be using those. It tells you the tools you're going to need to build the kit, and some basic instructions on working with resin. Cleaning the pieces, sanding off the gate, cutting off the gates, getting rid of any flash, sanding the surface, and then the first step here is the head. Some instructions how to do decals, cutting them out, using the water, putting them on. Some details on how to paint the mouth, how to use pastels down there on the bottom to create rosy cheeks, which using pastels is a method that I have used on all my resin figure kits so far. I prefer that rather than trying to airbrush it. More control. And then the steps, very clear, simple to follow. My main concern with this kit, and not that it's going to be hard, is the hair for shipping purposes, because as you can see, it's pretty frail. There's a lot of little pieces hanging off everywhere, and a lot of these anime figures have that. Anyone who watches Japanese anime, which I really don't. I've watched the original series of Gundam, and I've watched a little bit of Appleseed and some other things that I've kind of gotten into, but I haven't watched any animes that have all these like girly figures. Haven't gotten into it. So here's putting the hair together. You can see there's several steps to that, several pieces. Putting the face in. The breakdown of the parts is done very well. It should make painting relatively easy. So we should be able to paint everything separately and then put it together in the end. She's got a cool set of headphones. Let's see what else. And, I mean, the instructions are really short. I mean, there's not much to it. And then they give you some really nice hints here on how to paint the stripes on the skirt. Not the skirt, I guess her jacket. Because it got this white and pink stripe motif going on. And what else? Oh, painting the stripe on the bottom of the flip-flop. I mean, basic modeling stuff if you've ever built a model and painted. They give you color call-outs here. It's in Japanese, so I won't be able to use those. But they do give you, I take that back. So over here, they have Mr. Color call-outs. And you don't need to read Japanese because they give you the number. So if I wanted to follow this color scheme exactly, I can go get Mr. Color numbers 007, 052, 051, 050. I don't need to do that. I either have these colors already or I can make them with what I have. So that's the instructions, pretty simple. Let's look at the pieces. The packaging is done really well. Nice bubble wrap. I'm just going to kind of pull them out a little bit at a time to show you the quality because it's done very, very well. So let's pull out the hair because this will be the trickiest part of the entire kit. Simply because there's just so many little pieces, and it arrived and there was nothing broken. So you can see the color on the hair is actually really nice. It's really nice soft pink, and it's casted extremely well. I mean, the gates are put in a good place as far as being able to hide it if the sanding is not completely perfect. I could probably kind of test fit this together a little bit, even though I don't have any of the gates cut off. But if you've ever worked with a Volks kit, once the gates are off and they sand it off, the fit is just perfect. It's done very well. The casting is extremely well done on these kits. I have one of their quarter scale kits and it's phenomenal. So that's all the hair. I mean, there's not much I can do with it right now, but just I'll show you this big piece right here. It's done very well. Nice and sharp. A little bit of flash here and there, to be expected with any kit, but this would be easy cleanup. I can just go in here and with my blade, just like this, and get that cleaned up pretty well. So there's the hair. Here's the front of it, where the face goes. That goes over the forehead. So her bangs. This will be fun to paint. I'll put some light shading in there, and it should look really cool. My fear is shipping the kit with this hair, trying to figure out a way to package it so this doesn't get broken. That's my main concern, really. The big parts are, of course, for her body. I'm just going to turn my camera down a little bit. There we go. Much better. And she's not big. She's not huge. You know, she's 1/8 scale, and these figures are fairly small to begin with. So here, I'm going to cut some of these gates off and just do a little dry fitting so we can kind of see how this goes together. This is not really a work in progress. This is more of an introduction. So I'm not going to get too far in depth with doing any real work on it right now, but I can kind of do a little bit and maybe dry fit a few pieces together for you. So done really well. So the bust go and lock in right there, and these are separate. So, and there's the reason I was like, why did they cast that separate? Well, because she has a bikini on, and they've made it so that you can paint the bikini separate. So that's actually really handy for the builder that you can do that. Just really well designed. A little bit of a mold line right here on the side. Not bad. You can probably see that. Just a little bit of sanding. I don't think I'll be able to kind of show you how tall she is, because if I get the other pieces out. Oh, here's her face. Small. Focus. Come on. There we go. I mean, just right now expressionless because there's no eyes in her, but you kind of get the idea. There you go. So again, just nicely done. And there's the gate on the neck. Otherwise, the head would go right on. And the resin is really, it's nice. It's a nice soft resin, so it's easy to work with. I'm able to come in here and just kind of lightly shave this gate off. So I'm anticipating this should take me about 20 to 30 hours to do. The shading on her won't be real drastic since she is an anime character. I want to keep it pretty light, but it will not be just like solid colors. I do want to give her some dimension. And of course, she's got these big old knockers, so I gotta highlight those. I'm not gonna take all these little pieces out because I don't want to lose anything, but here's the top of the her headphones band, more of her headphones, her necklace. These are the parts that go over the ear. Little bows in here. Her swimsuit's in here. So I can get the swimsuit out. I can kind of show you maybe how big she is. So I can put the, so here's the bottom of her swimsuit. And let's see, how's that work? Oh, yeah. Again, it's done really well. So it's casted separately, so you can paint it separately. And these legs have, where they put the gates is done really well. They put the gates where all the pieces plug together, so your cleanup doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, which is nice. So you can kind of just snip that off and just make sure you clean up along these edges here. But again, this resin is like really, really good. It's really high quality, nice and soft. See, it just shaves. I mean, you get what you pay for with the resin, guys. Okay, so if you're trying to skip and buy a ton of recast from E2046, you're not going to get this quality. Of course, you're going to, you know, so for instance, the 1/4 scale Volks kit I own, it's like, from Volks, it's like $600. The same kit on E2046 as a recast is like $165. So like a third of the cost. But you're not getting a good kit, really. Anyway, I may or may not be able to pin her too much, but let's see. Simply because I haven't done any cleanup, but it would be kind of cool to see how she goes together. So there's a gap there, but I haven't cleaned that gate up. And even mark them right and left for you in case you don't know which leg goes where. So this will go here. Yeah, she's not real big. I mean, she's probably 8 inches tall, maybe, if that. Anyway, she's not going to go together without me doing some work on her. But so there's that. What else we got? This is, this is what they give you for a stand. It's this little piece of white thing. It's kind of ridiculous, but I'm going to think of something to put her on. So I guess she just balances. I guess when she's all done, she'll balance on that. But I'll make an acrylic base or something special. Nothing too fancy. Her hands, just real simple. Nothing to them. But casted very well. She even has little fingernails casted in, so we can paint those, which will be nice. Let's see. Yeah, just really high quality kit. You get what you pay for when you buy a good quality resin kit. So I'm kind of getting away, since I've kind of found this new thing with figures, I've kind of steered away from doing Gundams for a while, I think. I really like, I've gotten kind of hooked on these. It's nice because you can do one of these relatively quick. I say relatively quick, you know, in comparison to a Gundam, which takes me, you know, on average 200 hours to do. You know, one of these, you can see here how the swimsuit goes. And it just fills in that spot. So it's really, really nicely engineered. Where one of these, you know, the prep work is not as much. Depending on how it's engineered, there's not much masking. This kit really, there's no masking the way it's engineered. It's all designed very, very well. So there really is no masking. Everything gets painted separately and then put together later. Like those 11 busts I just finished, if I had 2 full days, like a Saturday and a Sunday, I could get them done in 2 days. And also because I've learned some new techniques, just, you know, those are all sprayed with acrylics, and I typically use lacquers, but I've learned a few tricks to kind of speed things up from my figure building guys, and, you know, I could get one done in a day. But anyway, really getting into figure kits. I'm selling some of my robot kits so I can, you know, maybe get a few more figure kits. But anyway, this is the first introduction to Super Sonico 1/8 scale kit from Volks, and I'll start cleaning up these pieces and stuff in the next, you know, week or so. because I'm also working on the 172nd Sinanju. I've been cleaning parts on that for a while. I clean a few parts and then I go to something else. I clean a few because it's a lot of repetitiveness. And I'm having some fit issues, so I'm getting a little frustrated with it. But anyway, I'm pretty excited to get this one going, seeing as it's my first commission. The guy who has me do this, I told him, like, hey, look, you know, as usual, no deadline. He's really cool. He's like, take your time. And I'm not charging him a ton of money to do this. I think I'm getting paid fairly for what it is and how long I think it'll take me to do. But I'm excited because she's just a neat looking character. My wife saw her and was like, why do all those anime girls have such big boobs? Like, you know, I don't know, it's a Japanese thing, but there she is, Super Sonico. I'll get working on her shortly, clean up parts and stuff. And once I get all the gates cleaned off and everything, maybe I'll just show you some dry fitting of the pieces. But anyway, thanks for watching. A little bit longer than I wanted, but thanks for watching as usual. It's Matt Mrozik, aka MVM397, signing off. See you later.